Celebration turns to chaos in New Orleans as a man drove into a crowd of people in the French Quarter, killing at least 15 people and injuring at least 30 more. And those numbers are expected to rise. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. As you can see in this video here, police rushed to the area, and when they arrived, a shootout took place with police killing the driver. That man was later identified as Shamsuddin Jabbar, a 42-year-old U.S.-born citizen and Army veteran from Texas. Investigators believe he was likely not working alone. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on the investigation.
The shocking attack here in the heart of New Orleans' French Quarter has left now 15 people dead, 35 at least who have been injured. The FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism, and they also believe, officials tell us, that this attacker did not act alone. An Earth cam in the French Quarter captured the moment overnight when officers raced toward an unspeakable act of violence that left witnesses stunned.
There were just bodies and the screams. I mean, you can't think about, unhear that.
Investigators say a rented Ford pickup plowed through revelers, leaving several people dead or injured on Canal and Bourbon streets.
The disfigurement and the bodies strewn, something you can't unsee, you'll never forget.
The FBI says the attack appears to be an intentional act of terror.
After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire, and the subject was pronounced deceased at the scene.
The FBI confirms that the deceased suspect had an ISIS flag at the time of the attack.
The subject has been identified as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen from Texas.
The FBI confirmed that improvised explosive devices were also found at the scene. Questions swirl around how he accessed busy streets on New Year's Eve in the first place.
These metal bollards literally come up from the ground to prevent a vehicle from gaining enough speed to cause the kind of mass damage that we saw this morning.
Those barricades were not up, period.
We are committed, no doubt, to uncovering all details surrounding this tragedy.
And according to ABC News, New Orleans police have reviewed surveillance video that appears to show several people planting potential explosive devices ahead of the attack. On your screen right now are pictures of some of the people killed in that attack, including 18-year-old Melissa Dedeaux, 27-year-old Kimberly Usher Fall, and 37-year-old Reggie Hunter, whose cousin says he was shot during the attack.
To have this around the holidays, it's just a blow to the gut. Like, I can remember saying Happy New Year's and we love you to everyone. 4 hours after you go to sleep, you get a phone call saying, get to the hospital quick, it's not good.
And we've also learned that one of the people critically injured was a student from the University of Georgia. The university releasing a statement reading, "The university will do everything in its power to support those in our community who have been impacted by this unspeakable event." And within the last few hours, President Joe Biden addressed the nation, saying the federal government will do everything it can to support the investigation and will support the people of New Orleans.
So I know, while this person committed a terrible assault on the city, the spirit of our New Orleans will never, never, never be defeated. It always will shine forth. We've seen that time and time again throughout its history, and I know we'll see it again in the days and weeks ahead.
Now, again, this is a developing story, and many questions still remain. Be sure to download the KXLY app and turn on push notifications to get all the latest on this attack sent straight to your phone.